Alright guys, today's cook is Peri Peri chips. These are absolutely jam-packed with flavour and they utilise my official Let's Cook with Lee method for cooking chips and fries in the air fryer so that they are crispy, fluffy and absolutely bang on. So this is the shopping list that you are going to need to make this recipe. You're going to need some great potatoes. I've got these red potatoes. These are the ones I love, but utilize the usual potatoes that you would use for chips. Okay, you're obviously going to need some oil. I've got some neutral rapeseed oil, and then I'm going to be making this incredible seasoning mix, which comprises of smoked paprika, cayenne pepper for the heat, onion powder, salt and pepper, and some caster sugar for some lovely sweetness, just to get a nice well-rounded flavor. So let's cook. The first step is obviously to peel your potatoes. So go through that and peel them so they're nice and clean and ready. And then you're going to prepare them by chopping them up. Now I'm cooking chips rather than fries. So my chips need to be at least 1 centimeter thick. So this potato here, I cut into 3. You can see it's a little bit thicker than a centimeter, but try and make sure that they're roughly the same thickness, and then go through and chop them into chips. Okay, so they kind of got that rectangular shape, that they're all roughly the same size. There's some are a little bit smaller, celery even. It's not the end of the world. So this is where the methodology starts. Stick on your kettle, boil it, and pour this boiling water over the potatoes and leave it for at least 5 minutes. Whilst you're doing that, you can start the seasoning. So heaped smoked paprika, okay, tablespoon of the onion powder and a half teaspoon of the cayenne. You can put more if you want more heat, go for it. Then you want about 20 grinds of black pepper and about 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 of the salt, okay, and then the secret ingredient, which is the sugar. We've gone for 1 teaspoon, okay? And then we're going to mix that through so it is completely combined, because when we put this onto our chips later, we want all of them getting a load of this magic dust, okay? So this is really cool. So once it's been under the water for 5 to 10 minutes, drain that water, and then you're going to want to pat dry these potatoes. You want to pat dry them. You don't want any of the water, because any of the water is going to start to like boil and steam. We don't want that. We want the exterior to be nice and crispy. Then you're going to pour over a couple of tablespoons of oil. Don't be shy. We are making chips here, okay? We are making chips. Just because you're in the air fryer doesn't mean that we're not allowed to use oil, that some people might tell you. So pour a couple of three spoonfuls of oil, cover them in so they're all, and then coat them so they're nice and covered. Go over to the air fryer, set it up for 200 degrees Celsius, 5 minutes preheating, and then pour everything in after 5 minutes, including the oil, and then cook. So after around about 10 minutes, you're going to see they are already starting to look pretty decent. They're starting to get a bit of color on them. They're starting to get nice and crispy. So just give them a bit of a stir, a bit of a flick, stick them back in there for the rest of the remaining minutes, and you'll see you will get the most glorious chips you have ever laid eyes upon. So stick them in your bowl. It's time for the seasoning. So look at these chips. Just take a look at these. Just take a look. Pick it up, mate. Yep, there you go. And you can see it is nice and glorious. Now, usually what I do here is I would pat them dry a little bit more just to get rid of the excess oil. Obviously, I didn't pour all the oil, the cooking oil, into this bowl. I took them out one by one, but I've left them so they've got a bit of oil. And then we pour over the seasoning, and then it's going to stick. This lovely seasoning is going to stick to these chips, okay? And then use a couple of spoonfuls and just keep shaking them. You don't want them to be absolutely caked in it, but you want them to be a lovely, nice coating so that when you taste these, you get hit right around the chops with all of that flavor. So we just have to go and have the taste test. So we're going to send it across. Alright guys, welcome back to the taste test. I hope you enjoyed that video and I really hope that you give this a go. Today's cook was the air fried chips. I don't think we could call them fries, they're a bit too chunky. And if you wanted to do the fries, you're going to have to drastically reduce the cooking time. Now, you can cut them probably half as thick, okay? But as I say, the cooking time is going to go down by maybe close to 10 minutes. You're going to want to cook them more towards the 16, 17 minutes rather than the 24-ish that I did because, you know, it's just science, isn't it? So, let's take a look at what we've got. Look at the state of that. So I didn't just I know you've watched the whole video, so you know, but we did the Peri Peri. We did the Peri Peri seasoning. Hopefully it's coming out. Don't know if it's in focus. I hope it is, but we got these. I know that this is kind of crispy, crunchy, it's buttery soft inside. I already know this because this recipe is like fail safe, and we've got that beautiful seasoning on the outside. So, taste test. Whoa. Smokiness of the paprika. A little bit of heat, obviously. Now, I probably said it in the main video. If you want more heat, you put more heat in it, right? But I'm not really a big heat guy. So just a touch is enough for my little taste buds. But the secret ingredient here is the onion powder. The flavour that comes through on that is beautiful. So, hope you give it a go. Remember, hit the old thumbs up, chip up, share the video if you know anyone that would like to know how to make these bad boys. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and check out the description for any of the kit lists, recipe, that sort of stuff, the good stuff that we've got for you. So, take it easy. I'm going to finish off these. We'll see you next week.